baby weighs as much as a mini watermelon. Yep. I'm 39 weeks pregnant today, and this could very well be my last pregnancy update. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I thought I would sit down and share with you me and baby number 4's 39-week pregnancy update. Today I am actually 39 weeks and 2 days, so I only have 5 days left until my due date. And so I thought I would share with you how this week has been and the countdown to little baby boy August being born. With all of my updates, I usually do like baby stats, mommy stats, and then like what happened during the week and upcoming appointments. And so this could very well be my last pregnancy update. I have a suspicion I'm probably gonna go late like I have my other 3 pregnancies, but you never know. So this could be my last or one of my last updates. And so let's begin with baby updates. Your baby at 39 weeks, your baby is full term this week and waiting to greet the world. He continues to build a layer of fat to help control his body temperature after birth. But it's likely he already measures about 20 inches long and weighs a bit over 7 pounds, about the size of a mini watermelon. So we had a mini watermelon in our house. And I was picking it up and I was like, that is pretty heavy. Although I have a suspicion, me and my midwives were talking, it's probably a bit heavier than this little watermelon. But it's so much fun to have like an actual thing like to hold and be like, he's about this weight and he's probably around 20 inches long and getting chunkier day by day. So that is exciting. It says he's building his layers of fats with all those chunky little baby rolls, and we're just excited as we are getting closer each day to when he will come. Other stats for baby this past week, which has been much more, I feel like, reassuring to me, is he's definitely been more active. And it's kind of funny because when you look up as you get closer to your due date and labor and stuff, usually it says babies calm down. But some reason all my kids are hyper until they're like born. Like until they're out, they're hyper, even in labor. And so he's been the past, several weeks, I've said it in all my updates, just he doesn't move a lot. He's not, it is not enough to like worry me. Like I can poke him and stuff and I would get him to move. And so it was enough to be like, okay, he is okay, but he just didn't move a lot. But one thing that was very interesting, as I have had 2 rounds so far of my iron infusions and I have another one tomorrow, that when I started to get my energy back, I noticed he started to move more. And so I don't know if that correlates with it at all. My midwife said they've never heard of it, but at the same time they wouldn't be surprised if that helped him, because they say the 2 things that babies will get no matter what when they need it is iron and sugar, like glucose. And so if he needed iron and my body didn't have enough of it, my body having it now probably helps him. And so it's definitely been a blessing and comforting, feeling him more. Not crazy movements like you have like in the 2nd trimester. Definitely still the, he's the size of, the weight of a mini watermelon. So he's still not moving like as much as a baby would. But he definitely still, he'll kick you every once in a while and he'll be rolling around. And it's just that reassuring of knowing he's doing good. He's wiggling around in there like all my crazy little wiggle worm kids tend to do at this point in pregnancy. And so that's been a more reassuring thing this past week. Other updates on baby. Pretty much everything's ready for him. His clothes are all washed. The car seat's ready to go. His little bassinet pack and play over here is ready. And now it's really just waiting for him. I was trying to get some last minute little things ready. It dawned on me the other day that I had a little basket of like nursing stuff for myself upstairs and like changing of diapers and stuff like that for him. And then I realized I didn't have any downstairs where I spend like most of my time. And so I was like, I should probably get something to keep his diapers and wipes and all that in. And so I have that now set up downstairs. And yeah, it's really just waiting for him to come. So we're very excited as our little August Theodore is getting bigger each day and wondering, will he come a few days early? Will he come on time? Will I go late like I usually do? So we'll see. Mommy stats. I weigh the same I weighed last week, so I have gained a total of 40 pounds this whole pregnancy so far. I weighed 170 last week, and I weigh 170 this week. And so it's been kind of nice. The weight has kind of plateaued a little bit, which is usually very typical right before, you go into labor or you have your baby, is to either lose weight or to kind of plateau or level out. And so that's been nice, not quite gaining as much. My belly is definitely still stretching. It's still getting bigger. But weight-wise, everything has stayed about the same. Symptoms for me, I was trying to think like what stood out the most this past week, and I think the few things have just been, it's like my body's like going through like cycles of like different symptoms. Like 1 or 2 days it will be like having more Braxton Hicks and like contractions and that kind of stuff, and the next few days would be kind of more like pressure and just feeling like he is pushing down and like that achy heaviness down there, and then it'll like change again. And so I just feel like my body's just, it's getting ready and it's slowly getting closer, and so that is exciting. Nothing that's been, timeable or been like, oh, we need to go to the hospital, but definitely can just tell my body's, it's working its way there. And I think that's one thing that also I've noticed is each of my labors have all started different, and my body's kind of started going into labor different each time. And so really, I don't know how it's gonna go. I just know that once that certain type of pain hits for me, I'm like, okay, let's go to the hospital. I think the only other symptoms I've mentioned, several times in my past updates have been heartburn, which, yes, this week has been pretty bad with heartburn, which I think is funny. They usually say, oh, when the baby drops, heartburn's not as bad, but I think it's worse. Without fail, I wake up every night to take a Tums or more, and always staying in the limit that's okay when you're pregnant. But definitely, yes, taking Tums during the day, like avoiding certain foods and like not wanting to bend in certain ways because feeling like I'm just going to get horrible heartburn from it. But that has definitely been something that has stuck out a lot. And I think it didn't start to kind of slow down until like yesterday. That I didn't have it as bad, but definitely the heartburn has been there. And I think the only other symptom I can think of has really just been the going to the bathroom all day long and all night long. This is how I usually am all my pregnancies, and I think most pregnant women are, but like right before I go into labor or like the week leading up to it, I'm always like up, and it's like more and more each night. So I might be like, oh, I woke up like twice this night, and then 3 times, and then 4. And so I just like go into like zombie mode where I just get up, use the restroom, come back, take my Tums, lay down. A few hours later, get up, go to the bathroom, and it's just like this cycle that goes. And I kind of get used to it towards the end, but that has definitely been very much true this past week. Yeah, otherwise for myself, I can't think of a whole lot of other symptoms that are new, that have changed. My back hurts, but that's normal. I think off and on, getting a little anxious here and there. I can definitely tell when my hormones are kind of up and down, and everything I had before with the postpartum depression. I think I'm more aware of things now, and just really, feeling the ups and downs and getting anxious. But most of it is just excitement, just getting excited that trying to wrap my head around the fact that I'm due in less than a week. He could come any day, or, he's gonna have to come. Like, no matter what, he'll be, like, forced to come in, like, a little over 2 weeks. So I know I have that kind of span of time before he's here, and so it's definitely exciting. It's always nerve-wracking, kind of, how it's gonna go. But I'm so thankful and blessed just having church family and family around that are gonna help with watching our kids, and hopefully just everything going smoothly for when I go into labor with this little guy. And so I'm excited to bring you guys along. I'm still not sure if I'll try to film stuff leading up to labor or being in labor. It depends on how I feel. If I feel horrible and it's a really fast labor and I'm in tons of pain, I probably won't film anything. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm just excited to have these moments in these weeks captured on film. That was my biggest thing, is with each of my other pregnancies, I always wanted to film pregnancy updates to have them to look back on. And I would film like little things here and there. And then when I was pregnant with this little guy, our 4th baby, I was like, I'm gonna do it. Even though I was already past 20 weeks, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna start making videos because I would love to have these to look back on, and hopefully to encourage other moms maybe going through pregnancy and just going through it together, and to encourage one another. And that God has blessed us with this little boy that we are so excited to meet and see how big he is. Me and my midwives are talking about like his weight and what his size might be, and really curious how big this little boy is going to be. Upcoming appointments, I have my 3rd iron infusion tomorrow, and then the midwife said if he comes before I get my 4th one, they'll give me the 4th one in the hospital. Otherwise, I'll have that. And I have a midwife appointment on, I think it's a week from this Wednesday. And so that will be, I would be 40 weeks and 3 days late, I think. Or no, maybe it's on Tuesday. It's one of those days. All I know is I'll be past my due date. And so hopefully we won't make it to that appointment, but I have a suspicion I probably will. But we'll see. And so it'll be fun to watch this video after I've had him and be like, oh, I didn't know when I was going to have him. Or, oh, I still had another 2 weeks to go. So we'll see. But that's appointments for what's coming up. Things that have gone on this past week. I had my 2nd round of iron infusions, which went well. We finally got the results for my test I was having for the possibility of that pregnancy colitis or colitis. I can never pronounce it. And so the first test came back fine, and then we were waiting for the 2nd one, and that one came back fine as well, which was a huge blessing. I'm so thankful everything came back good. Me and baby were doing good, and so we then figured the reaction and the itching I had must have been from the iron. And my midwife looked it up, and sure enough, there's this teeny tiny percentage of people who do react that way to iron infusions. We were pretty sure that the reaction I had was from the iron infusions. And so when I went in this past time, they gave me like a low dose of Benadryl first, and then gave me the iron infusion, which I take really well the medicine anyways. And so I was so tired and like drowsy after that, because you have to sit for like 2 hours when you get the infusion. And then they gave me Benadryl, so I was really tired. So I was excited to get home and rest a little bit afterwards. But that went good. I had my 39-week midwife appointment this past week, and baby was measuring right on time, good heartbeat, my blood pressure was good, and everything was looking great. And so we just discussed more about the birth and me staying on like iron supplements and like my prenatals and stuff afterwards to make sure my body recovers well, and just kind of that typical stuff. And then we had a fun conversation, trying to figure out how big we're thinking he might be, and like basing it off of like my ultrasound I had 32 weeks and if I go late. And so it'll definitely be fun to see how big this little guy is. But other than that, that has kind of been what's gone on this week. I've just been trying to keep up with cleaning, re-cleaning things, reorganizing things, and just kind of that nesting, getting everything ready for baby. The only other thing I need to do is I need to vacuum our car out. I keep trying to get to the gas stations that have free vacuums so I can scrub that whole thing down, but I keep not being by then. But eventually I will get to that. But yes, this past week, me and my sisters also went and got pedicures, which was so much fun. I've never had one before. And so I think out of all of us, only one of us had actually ever had a pedicure. And so that was fun. We got to all get our nails done and have pretty nails for when I'm in labor and pushing that little boy out. And so that was definitely fun to get that done and to spend time with my sisters and just getting to spend time together before little baby August is here. And so that's kind of what went on this past week. And really just every day wondering, could this be the day? Is it not? And just getting excited for our little boy to be born. And so thank you again for stopping by my channel today. Hope you enjoyed this video and that it might be my last pregnancy update, which is kind of sad. This has been so much fun to do, but I'm also hoping to have baby updates and postpartum ones as well, and some other fun videos that I'm hoping to do in the future. And so thank you again though for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you'd like to come along on this journey with me and my family as we get ready to welcome baby number 4, our little August Theodore. And really what could be a day, a week, or 2 weeks. And so we're just getting very excited, and I will do a quick little belly shot here at the end. But thank you again for stopping by. And so here is this belly, my 39-week big old belly that feels like it can't stretch anymore, but it can. Thank you again for stopping by.